All righty. That reminds me, you guys, we're going to talk about our weekend. And I say that because I was
Are
watching.
we live? We live?
We all
I was just clowning.
Well,
Again. Again.
Fuller makes me laugh because we went to, let's talk about where we started. Hey, everybody.
Okay.
Good to see you all. What's going on? Hey, Nicole Tucker again. Good to see you all. This is Godfidence. Every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time with the Fullers. And so we get a chance to kind of catch up with you guys, tell you about our personal business. And then in some cases, we want to find out about yours.
So, you want me to go first?
Sure.
I'll tell you the highlight of mine.
Go ahead.
The highlight of my weekend was being off. Not working. No, I'm joking. The highlight of my weekend was Friday night. We had a very romantic Friday night. It was a great date night. It was a really good date night. A lot of times we go places and do things with some nice upscale restaurants and we go visit, we go shopping afterwards or do something. But Friday night, the weather was just right. We sit on our back patio and just talked and just laughed about it, talked, watched a little Steve Harvey. And we stayed out there maybe 3 hours.
No, I don't think it was that long. I don't think I can say. But we sit out there laughing at each other. In fact, Fuller said to me, it's good couples. And even if, hey, Miss Norma talking about good evening, Bishop's favorite dance move. Show us your favorite dance move. Why you gotta move your head down?
I'll put a little more into it.
Okay. So that's how you do it. You gotta hold your head down and do this. Okay. So so we were outside for probably a couple of hours. I imagine we were. I think we both just decided to get away from our normal TV watching or whatever our series are. Fuller likes action killing. He likes some crazy stuff. I'd be like, I don't even know. And so, and then I like to watch. Every now and then I throw in a little Atlanta Housewives, and I had to say this weekend I can't watch y'all no more. Y'all be going way on the other side. I just want a little entertainment, but now you're going way over to some other stuff.
Now she was watching Housewives of Atlanta. Then she have an attitude when she finished watching. Don't take it out on me like I created some drama.
It's crazy. And so, I like to watch a little Yellowstone or 1912. The follow-ups to Yellowstone and always something. So anyway, but we sat outside and we were laughing at Fuller was talking about. He said, "Man, darling, I was driving down the street and this big old bird got right in front of my car. I mean, this bird was big and flew right in front of my car and almost hit me." I said, "Baby, I was with you when that happened. What are you talking about? You bird, you."
That was funny though. I forgot you was with me.
He was saying it as if he was telling me something, Brandon. I said, "Well, I was with you when that all happened, but okay."
That bird had a long wingspan. Well, I thought, shoot, he was gonna hit the car.
Did I tell them? I know I told them. Yeah, okay, I gotta tell you real quick. So, okay, baby, turn down the music just a little bit. Okay, so baby, we got to go. We can't be telling them business about that. But look, so I was taking my niece and nephew back to the airport, and this was like 5 a.m. This is probably about 3 years ago. Taking them back to the airport, and man, all of a sudden, as I'm driving down to Fairburn towards the airport in Atlanta, something came out of nowhere and hit my car. I was driving my Mini Cooper, hit the car in front like really hard. And I was like, what was that? Because, early in the morning, I mean, kind of sleepy, right? Yeah. So I didn't know if I hit something, hit a dog, hit a whatever. And then my nephew said, I think you hit an owl. I said, an owl? Well, how would an owl? So you don't know how timely you have to be to have an owl come in the pattern of you driving. That means I had to stay in bed a certain amount of time to get up, to drive the car, to stop at the stop sign, to drive and go pick them up, to all of that, to get to down the road. And at the exact moment, and y'all later on that day, I was like, I don't know what I hit. Let me go back and look. I happened to go back down that same road. Y'all, there was an owl.
Big owl.
I promise you. You see my wingspan? Let me turn. My wingspan, you see how long my arms are? You can't see the other arm. You see how long my arm? That owl was that big, as big as my head. That's how big that owl was. And I hit that owl. I was so hurt because I felt like Daddy Owl had gone out to get food for the family. And I hit him.
Yeah, but you better be glad that I wasn't upset with you. I'm mad. Because I would call ICE on it because it gets the law to hit an owl, to kill an owl. It gets the law. I would call ICE on you.
What's the ICE gonna do?
They're gonna lock you up. They're gonna deport you for owl killing.
Look at Austin. Why am I showing? Why did Austin Quincy? Our son Austin is home from college. That's another whole.
And in the house.
and in the house. So if I look a little stressed of any kind, I need y'all to pray, and because I need everybody to agree for supernatural job finding for Austin in the industry of the film industry. So I need all of y'all to agree and pray as our kids come home from school. Because gainful employment, and that sometimes I think that our kids graduate from college and we're thinking, voila, they get a job. Y'all, remember that episode we did called "They Not Like Us"? They not like us. We were hustlers. We knew how to go out because we didn't have no choice. I asked Austin today. I said, so if something were to happen to Mama and Pops, what you gonna do? He said, exactly. So that's a whole nother episode, y'all. We ain't got time to talk about that.
Shout out to Vera and Boo, celebrate 49 years of marriage yesterday. Yeah. 49 years.
Congratulations. Then look, our special guests, they get to celebrate 39 years. 39? 39?
Going on 40.
They don't. They look like kids.
Like 40 years. Well, Melissa told us a secret, though.
What'd she say?
She said when she fell out that Christian Robert cradle, when she fell out, he called her.
Fool is not funny. He's not funny. Melissa and Chris Clark do not laugh at foolish jokes. They're not funny. So,
one more thing.
What?
We went to see the OJs and the Isley Brothers Saturday night.
Now look at me. Go ahead, man. Tell the story.
I hope that was the last rodeo.
Okay.
They old. Man, they were trying to hit notes and they didn't have no air of oxygen. That's the note all had for the song. They'd have been all right if they'd have been the VFW or the American Legion or something. But they St. James Live, but they ain't
that should be the finale.
Yeah.
That's the finale.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What threw me off is that the OJs didn't have Eddie.
Yeah, Levert.
I was like, where Eddie at? He has somebody look just like him though. Yeah. I was like, okay.
He can sing though.
Yeah, he can sing.
He was younger.
But I still want Eddie.
Right.
And then I looked it up on ChatGPT, my best friend, and it said that Eddie is now 84, 85. Mm-hmm. And then I was waiting on sexy doggone Ron Isley.
Big Papa.
I was waiting on him. Listen, he came out. He had two people holding on to him, helping him get out on the stage. He said he hurt his leg, but I was like, And so that all that.
He hit two of them ha-has.
He did say he wrote about 2 million songs. He sounded good.
Right, he did sound good, but he just couldn't hold the notes like he normally.
He couldn't get them out. So then they mastered having dancers and singers and stuff.
They just go to the club. They just need to go to the club. It's not for an amphitheater or anything like that.
It still was a nice night out.
It still was a nice night out under the stars.
Yeah. So let me ask you, Chris and Melissa, what is the most romantic? Here we go, catching y'all off guard. What is the most?
You know you're wrong for that.
Thing that Chris Clark, Melissa, has done for you, or you have done for Chris?
Or y'all done
together. What is the most romantic thing?
You want to go first, or me go?
I would say the hotel in Tennessee.
You talking about the Opryland?
Yeah,
but it's the hotel. It's the had one in Texas. I can't remember the name of it. But we had a romantic boat ride through the hotel.
Ooh.
The hotel was so
okay,
big
yeah.
that it had a boat ride through the hotel.
Land, yeah.
So we just had, it was just great. We had food, and, while we posing through the hotel. But I thought that was really nice and romantic.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, so Melissa, you?
Well, I'm a bit of a country girl, and I never forget when our electricity went out and we didn't have any power, and so he had a blow-up mattress. So we kind of made a picnic and a fire right there in the house, and that was just everything to me. That was everything.
That sounds romantic.
Yeah, because a lot of times it don't take a lot, if you know your partner, it don't take a lot. But the thought that he put in it to make sure that I was warm, I was safe, that was all I needed.
Yeah, look, I was thinking about, sometimes when we move into these nice houses, we forget, while we have gas now, in some of the houses they have gas, but some of them, they may not be gas, but you can go buy firewood and put it in there, right? So when I first moved to my first house, Melissa, it was in Union City, and this brand new house. I think I was probably 27. I never moved. I never lived anywhere else. So I go and I call my mama because I needed somebody to help me move into the house, and so we moved in, and it was Thanksgiving Eve, and every place was closed. The utility companies were closed. So I think we had lights, but not utilities. Not gas and nothing like that. Man, it was freezing. So me and my mom all up in the bed, hugged up with our covers and stuff. And come to find out, I'd never had a fireplace. So when you grew up broke, you don't know nothing about no fireplace.
Yes, you do. You know about.
Yes, you do.
That's why you know about them.
Right.
Broke.
Right.
For nothing else.
Look, here we got a whole fireplace. We got a whole fireplace.
Hey, listen.
But I didn't know to go to the store and buy wood because we had never had a fireplace.
Okay.
And so me and Mama sat in that house and froze. And we looked the next, I think, I don't know, maybe a few months later, we thought about that. And I said, Mama, do you realize we had a fireplace? We could have lit the fire, but we didn't grow up like that. And so anyway, I don't know why I said that.
So that was a romantic evening.
Okay, that wasn't romantic, no. But she said that that Chris lit the fireplace. That made me think about that. They were trying. Okay,
it was I remember he's talking about the Gaylord.
The Gaylord.
The Gaylord.
Yeah, the Gaylord. That's nice. That's nice.
It is nice. Yeah.
Okay.
But she's from reason she didn't know about the fireplace. She was from Texas because they never had, her and her mom never had scubnadine or mustardine.
What? I don't know what scubnadines and muscadines are.
Yeah.
Of course, Chris don't know.
I'm talking to the studio artists. Anybody else know what a scubnadine and a muscadine is? I had never heard that. And they got them all in the store too. I just never, that's nothing.
Just about 3-4 years ago, they introduced them to them, and man, they love them. She can't buy them all the time now.
I never.
Yeah.
So everyone, we're doing our part 2 of our chat with Chris and Melissa Clark out of they're not from Griffin, but they have a church in Griffin. Been married 39 years, got married very, very young. And so Demetria talking about she done picked up some
my children.
Let's see, she said
they're my children too, by the way.
Yeah, and so I'm reading what Demetria said.
Okay.
Can y'all see what she said too? Chris, just pick some and some flowers and McDonald's at the Southern Break Farm.
Yeah.
But look,
she meant the Southern Bell Farm. Yeah.
Southern Bell Farm. Yeah.
Okay.
So if y'all better have y'all some. She wrote back and said Southern Bell. Y'all exactly.
I know you said that we are from Griffin.
Oh, okay.
We don't live in Griffin, but we are born and raised Griffinites.
The grip.
Here we go.
Yeah.
The grip.
Okay, baby, had a question.
I had a question.
Yes.
Mine probably was my children probably at one time. What was your greatest challenge being married as a married couple, not necessarily you two or you and the family, and what was one of the most enjoyable, memorable moments in your marriage?
The challenge or the most memorable moment?
Both.
Yeah. Okay.
Most challenging, I would say when I had to work the night shift, I was grouchy.
He was horrible. No, grouchy. He was horrible.
What kind of job did you have when you was working night shift?
I was doing the roofing. We was making the felt for the roof, and so that was a hard job. You know, you newly married, and so you got to take the first job you get. And I think the job was really horrible. I had some hard times and had to deal with people that wasn't saved, and I'm a newly married, and I had to deal with that. Then that night it just didn't make it no better because I was a grizzly bear when I went home. So that was one of the most challenging times, and I was always tell her, you know, don't take it personal how I'm acting. You know, I don't want to live without you. I'm gonna make this better. I'm gonna do better. And if I had to get some counseling, I just don't want you to feel like it's you. It's something.
I gotta get some counseling.
Yeah.
There you go. Because see, I had my emotions was all over the place because I had a brand new baby. So I had to try to be a wife, you know, a mother, you know, and I didn't feel like I had a whole lot of people to navigate. So that's where the Spencers came in. That's where Dad Fuller came in, because I'm like, if you don't help me, me and my baby gonna be gone.
And I told her I was gonna be gone too. I was going with her.
I hear you.
That was one of the most challenging times that I can think of, besides, you know, dealing with baby mama. So that was one of the most challenging times.
During that whole period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, during that whole period. That, you know, we had to deal with that and try to maintain a trusting relationship and communicate with one with another, even when it wasn't comfortable. You know, when I didn't want to tell her certain things, I would have to be honest and just help her through it as best that I could.
Yeah, you know, just because you're saying that brings me to, I don't know, a question or just a comment. You know, even when you say remarry, or you're remarried or dating someone, you know, I think sometimes I don't know, Melissa, as women, we think that we can deal with a person that has children already, and we don't think that it's going to bother us until you get in it. And then you marry them and you say, you didn't know. Yeah, you knew what you were getting into. Sometimes we just try to ignore that we're going to have to deal with that. And on both sides. It's not just one, like Fuller's got adult young men. And you just think that it's just you and I'll just love you, just you and your man. No.
Right.
There's a lot that comes with that. Saved and all.
Right.
Exactly.
And the character part, because I was raised up with all women and he was raised up with all men. So there was always a push, a fight, you know, for common ground for both of us, because I'm like, okay, I saw the disappointment in the women in my family. So they were like, okay, don't let no man run you. Right. And so he came with treating me like a dude because he's so used to his brothers. And I'm like, I got feelings, I got compassion, you know. And so there was always, you know, a common
clash. It was a clash. And so, because I was raised that, you know, you the man, and you do what I say do, and I run this. And then when you get married, you find out it don't go like that.
Who you think you're talking to? Who you think you're talking to? I'm a grown a man. What you talking about?
You ain't my mama.
Right.
You ain't my mama.
So you go through all of that, but we will always come back to a common ground.
You saw how you look.
I was like, why are you looking like that?
Reminder that I'm not one of her children every once in a while.
Oh no.
Y'all go through that. Y'all go through that.
I think that's a woman thing.
Yes,
yeah, I feel like because we are a help me, you know, and we're always taking care of things. It's just our nature to look beyond what you are saying, because a lot of times he did not communicate with me. And I'm like, I don't know what's on your mind. You know, you should know me by now, but I don't. because we're both changing.
Yeah.
And so communication and conversation is, to me, is the best thing in the world, because I don't know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
But we have to learn, because men don't normally talk. So we have to learn to communicate.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say exactly what you just said. You know, we just trying to figure stuff out. We don't have time to do all that talking and explaining. We just trying to, be successful, make things right, and we got to learn how to now share our feelings. I really don't know my feelings because I ain't never been in touch with them.
Right. And see, like you said, you're supposed to read your mind. See, Darlene said, I said one word, water.
What kind of water?
Is it
cold? Is it hot?
That means bring me some water.
Right. Like what you trying to say? That's a good point. I mean, married couples. Melissa, I'm glad we on here talking, because have y'all had the challenge of, yes, the communication? We just talked about that, because the way Fuller does communicate sometimes is in terms of one word.
Yeah.
And you're having to pick up and read the mind of the person. Like he'll say, I'm gonna use, this is a very minor one, but I'm just using it as an example. Salt. We're at the dinner table. Salt. Now, Melissa, you know what that means, right?
Right.
Can you hand me the salt?
Pass me the salt.
Pass me the salt.
But I'm waiting for, can we have a whole conversation? Can you just say, darling, can you hand me the salt?
But you know what I mean, so why I got to use all them words?
I'm saying that's not fair. You can't say the whole sentence. And then when I try to complete the sentence, it's like, it didn't take all that.
Hey, Chris, kid off the old block.
Look, I'm telling you guys, we share stuff with y'all on this Godfidence that we probably shouldn't share, but we know people are going through it. And sometimes I know the audience is like, oh, that's so minor, just do it. Here's point in case. So Melissa, Chris, either one of you guys, one of the things that I'm discovering, and I've discovered about being married, is we as women, we are by nature, God created us to be nurturing and caring and cover all things. So one of the things that I've just, it keeps popping up in my mind. I don't say it all the time to Fuller, but I realize if I don't do it, whatever the it is, fill in the blank, it may not get done. That doesn't mean that he is expecting me to do it. It just means that I'm thinking ahead of him.
Right.
In everything. Okay. So what are we having for dinner? There's some trash on the floor. That we don't have any food in the refrigerator, or this bill has to be. Full is good on bills. I'm just using whatever that comes up. It's the blank that because he's probably not thought about it. We fill in the blank of whatever is missing. So I'm like, I was saying today, do I have to think of everything as it relates to what's missing?
Right.
So do you ever feel like, having been married for 39 years, what advice do you give to the person that's newly married or the person that's been married when you go through those moments of, man, as a woman, they can't even live without me?
That's the truth.
They need me.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
But sometimes you don't want to be like the one.
And your problem was what?
Yeah, but sometimes you don't want to. Sometimes you want to just sit back. Melissa, am I right? Sometimes you just want to sit back and just be like.
And I've done it before. Our little spurts of disagreement is what we're gonna eat today. And it's the way you always choose. I think that's the problem. Tell me what you want. This shouldn't be an issue.
Okay.
I don't know, whatever it is you want. I want whatever you want. But you're making me think, and I don't want to think.
When I say what I want,
you want to
might be what you want.
Exactly. So well, I said, okay, let's go out and eat. And then I go and pull in this restaurant driveway. Now I don't want that.
Exactly.
You want to eat somewhere else? Because see, men, we can eat the same meal at the same restaurant for 20 straight days. Y'all don't want me want to change.
Yeah, but so that's just one. That food is I think we all go through that. Food.
Okay, well, getting back to your previous question. A lot of time,
baby, we're not counseling us.
They won't give us time. We're talking about relationship.
Okay.
You know, when you talk about the woman, think about everything and do this, that. Y'all just don't give us enough time. Y'all want to do it in your time frame. But so we trying to do, we doing it because we thinking it out, solving it out, taking our time methodically, figuring it out.
Melissa, we done figured it all out and solved the problem. By the time y'all trying to figure it out and call the bank
and that's why we said,
and asking for some help.
Whatever you want. That's why we said whatever you want.
That was pretty good. Come on. That was pretty good.
We done figured out the whole thing. Then solved the problem. Then bought the bank. Then put the bank in a new lease and property under our name, and you still trying to get to the bank.
That's the perfect example on. That's why we said that's whatever you want.
Yeah. Hey, that's why we say amen.
Because you're gonna figure it out anyway.
Amen.
I'll tell you, me and Fuller have some moments where stuff is funny.
Amen.
But you can't make it up because people go through it, and if you don't laugh about it, you argue about it.
Exactly. That's right. That's right. But what I do, you know, and I know she go through that. Sometimes I just take all the housework, food, everything off her. And I said, I got everything. But washing the clothes, ironing, cooking, cleaning, whatever, I just let her do nothing. And I just take care of all the responsibilities.
My God.
To say thank you, because I know you do this on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And do you have a problem, Melissa, to sit being still and not doing anything?
Absolutely. You know, because it's baked in me. So, you know, by the time, you know, you've had children, you know, you run the household, you run the ministry, you running fellowship. Sometimes it's just baked in me. So it takes me a couple of days to kind of digress from that responsibility. And then by the time it's time for me to really rest, it's really time for me to start back all over again. Right. And so, and it's just, like he said, you know, we laugh about a lot of it because, you know, there were moments where, and I think you all asked this in the beginning, there were moments I would ask him, you know, why are you not talking? You know, the silence. I need to know, you know, what's going on, or vice versa, you know, or I'm silent or however. But back to the communication part, a lot of things you just have to look at and laugh at because life can change in an instant. And, you know, you wasted a whole lot of time on things that's unnecessary.
Yeah. Right. So, okay. So let me ask you a question. After all these years, what does love mean? And this is a question for both of you guys. What does love mean to you now compared to when you first got married?
For me, I think it's doing what's best for us and not me.
Good answer.
Oh, come on, y'all can do all that after the show. Y'all can do your thing.
That's good.
Okay.
Good answer.
Okay. Melissa, you got something you want to add to that?
No, that's perfect because a lot of times, you know, in the beginning, you know, he did what was best for him. I did what was best for me. But to know that now we're in eras and seasons where we do what's best for both of us, it's good, and it makes it easy. You know, it don't make it showy. You know, you got a lot of young people, they want to show things on social media, and it's not the actual relationship. And so I think building a true, genuine relationship behind closed doors is most important.
Yeah.
I think some people have a fantasy about what marriage is all about.
Yes.
And they don't live up to that fantasy expectation. Yeah. And then they become frustrated in the marriage. And a lot of times they don't wait long enough or be in it long enough to get to this stage where we are now.
Right.
With stuff that will really make you mad. Now you just laugh about it laugh about it. Darlene and I, we try to outdo one another on do good seed.
Yes.
You know, we so do good seed and say we try to outdo one another. You know, like even going to the restaurant and picking up the check or just anything, some flowers. Darlene used to send me cards, personalized cards with our pictures on a picture where we was on a date or something like that, and the card to come through the mail, and it'll be where we was on a date with a personal note on it, and things like that. You know, just make the marriage just fun. Yeah. I tell you one thing, I appreciate it. It's a very, very small thing, but it means a lot to me. If I get up in the middle of the night and I'm like 5 minutes not getting back in the bed, Darlene always check. She'll be asleep, but she'll wake up and say, "Babe, you all right?"
Oh, I love that.
It just melts your heart. You know that person really, really love you when they wake up because you're not in the bed and ain't been there. Just been 5 minutes and say, "Babe, you all right? Everything all right? You good?" Yeah. And you know that means a lot. That's when a person really love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna do rapid fire questions because this is our last show with you guys, and we're gonna stay on a little bit longer. So you guys are welcome to stay on with us, or we hope that you'll stay. So, what do you think has been did I already ask that? What do you think is the biggest thing of keeping the marriage together?
I think we did.
No, I don't think you really like
that, but I think he gave an answer. Go ahead. Yeah,
sounds simple. So go ahead and answer that, Melissa. Then, so what do you think has been the biggest key to keeping your marriage together?
Like I said in the beginning, is honest communication. And then when you can't communicate with your spouse, you get somebody mature. There was things I couldn't communicate to my husband. So I would talk to Reb, say, hey, you need to talk to him, or however. I think the worst thing to do is to think that you can handle it by yourself. Yeah. And you can't. I think it takes a team of mature people to say, hey, maybe you need to do it another way, or maybe you can do it this way, and for them to listen. And so when you make sure that you're doing the best for us and not one person, then I think that's just genuine love. That means I'm trying.
Yeah.
And I think we always go back and revisit what we fell in love at.
Yeah.
We always go back and do some of the things that we did when we first got married, when we first started dating. Like going to the park and just sitting in the swing, just talking, holding hands. Or we used to play tennis together, believe it or not, but I think I had to retire on that. And just go through them all. And I think First Lady Fuller always told me this, it don't take much to please women. All you gotta do is go through them all, hold hands.
Right.
And that's what we did. We always go, and we still go sometimes, just go through them all, hold hands, and window shop. We always want to revisit those things that made us who we are.
Yeah. One of the things that I was thinking of when you were talking with Chris, I was thinking about, I think in marriage sometimes it can be stale, but you have to make it a point. It's intentional. So like when I'm passing by Fuller, I may just be walking past him, but my spirit man, or my person that I know, the God on the inside of me, says, touch your husband.
Yeah.
Right. Or just rub his back, or just put your arm around him, and you may not be feeling like you want to do that, but something changes and it starts shifting in your relationship when you do that.
Yes.
Because it makes the intimacy then start, feeling some kind of way. And then you're like, oh, okay. But when we don't touch, like I can remember times I was mad in my previous relationship, and I stopped calling my husband baby. I think I was saying the word honey, baby, but I got so mad that I turned that part off. And then that became a barrier in the relationship. And when we don't think about, we think about ourselves versus the other person, then you get that staleness in the relationship. So I make it a point to always touch, or to, just take a moment to say, this is not about you. Just do something different. Okay. So
I got one to contribute. One of the things that helped Darlene and I a lot in our relationship, we said that we know where it's coming from. Maybe it came out wrong, maybe it came out harsh, or maybe it came out insensitive. But because we know where it's coming from, we don't get upset. It don't make us upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys a question, another different question. What question would you have for a Kenneth Fuller? You don't get a chance to talk to him all the time, but what kind of questions would you ask us? I know you guys counsel people, but you also need pastors or friends or people that you can go to. If you were doing this show and the show was reversed, what kind of question would you ask us or Fuller? A little bit different.
Well, me, because I've asked him before, but I would ask Bishop, what do you do if you were in a relationship that seems stale? What will you do as a woman if the man is gone silent and act as if he don't want to really rekindle that relationship?
Okay, so is this the person is saying for sure the man is saying he doesn't want to rekindle the relationship?
Well, he act as if, because of just no conversation,
I think what Fuller's what Bishop said, which is start doing the do good seeds.
Yeah.
Start sowing into what you want to see the person, what you want your relationship to look like. So if I know that you like, for example, I know Fuller likes concerts. And so I'm going to go out and maybe look up some concerts, look for things that person likes to do, and then put more emphasis on them personally than on us or me. Because then I realized that, I've probably done all I can do to make him want me, and he's not communicating. So let me turn it in a different direction and start looking at what does he like? Does he like basketball? Yeah, take Fuller shopping. Buy his favorite. It's something simple. Going out to get something to go and have it delivered to the house, or you go and you pick it up and say, I'm gonna run out real quick, and then just go get the person what they like, whatever it is. And so I think you have to start turning the relationship back around to that person and sowing the do good seeds, not for you, but it's going to benefit you. But you start sowing and keep sowing. And how can a person be mad at you or not talk to you when you're doing all that you can do, but to love on them? Now I know it happens.
Right.
And if they don't want to be bothered with you, their heart will be hardened, but their heart has to soften after they see you doing so much. And it's not about spending money, you guys. We're not talking about spending money.
Right.
We're talking about sowing the seeds of, Fuller, like if like he will wash the clothes sometimes. Maybe he's the person, maybe that person is doing everything and they feel like they're doing whatever. So then what I would do is if I was a spouse, I would turn it around and say, you know what, let me go fold the clothes. Let me do some things around the house, or for that person, go wash the car, go whatever it is. But I turn it around to the other person Demetra, not make it about myself, make it about that person. What do you say?
I'm living witness of that because he was so mean and so grouchy. And a lot of my family and friends, they would say, why don't you just leave him, But I remember him saying in my ear, no matter how I act, no matter what I do, know that I love you and I'm working on changing. And so I would just take the little bitty changes. And so what I did, honestly, I felt like I served the hell out of him.
That's good.
Anymore. Because I kept thinking, greater is he that's on the inside of me.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel like I was being dragged. I felt like I was honoring God. I knew my boundaries, but I'm like, hey, if you lose me, you're going to lose something good. So I'm going to do everything that I know to do. Yeah.
It worked.
Now a lot of times our place of origin is not the same.
Right.
So it takes two, try to make 2 1 in our place of origin. You might have started up here, Chris might have started down here, or vice versa, So you got to work to fill that gap. And talking about doing things for the other person when it seems like it's no communication or something wrong. Now I know Darlene has a mother here. She comes every weekend. Paige, a bonus daughter and stuff. And see if I buy them some flowers, and Darlene, all 3 of them flowers or blooms, or sometimes I do a bloom or card, do something special for them. She know where my heart is, because not only I'm blessing her and making her happy, the other 2 ladies that's here, I'm making them happy too. So things like that. A card from nowhere, I take a sticky note, and that's what Darlene said. It don't cost any money. I put a sticky note on her computer and telling her how much I love her, or she's the only one for me. God favored me, or just something different. One rose, not a whole dozen. You might I can buy a whole dozen.
You can buy one rose and take the petals off and just let them drip all over the house.
Yeah,
It's the little things. And I was thinking about, Melissa, what you were when you were talking about your family and friends that were saying, well, just leave him. You ever know when people and that's why we have to be careful about talking about our spouse to our family and our friends, because sometimes most of them are single. And they're going to tell you their opinion for being single. And they're going to keep being single because they're going to give you that opinion. And so we have to be careful about sharing. And everybody knows this. Don't talk about your marriage to your family and friends, because at some point y'all going to make up. And they ain't going to forget.
And family
none of that. They're going to remember everything you said. So, Chris, were you saying something?
Well, what I was saying is, Bishop just answered that. That's what I would do. I would buy roses and leave them on the pillow and write little notes and stuff like that to reassure her that, I was all in. And something that we still do to this day, we start dressed just alike.
We know.
We still do to this day.
We see y'all.
We start dressing just alike to say that we're all in. And I think you all said it best, Claude love Claude. And so that's what we do. We try to dress alike, and we be in the mall. Somebody say, I just think somebody dressed just like you. That must be your wife. And so we just start doing that to just give us a physical standpoint to where we see each other dressed alike. It says I'm all in.
Right. That's good. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And especially when you hold their hands in public, in the mall and places, because that give her validation, give her, affirmative that I belong to her, she belongs to me. And women like to feel that that's a level of security that you're showing, and you're showing the whole world that you're not ashamed of, and you're proud to have her on your arm.
Right. And we said also, even to the younger generation, we said stop standing in agreement. It's not just single people, because Miss Darlene, I was single, when we met. I was enjoying. I felt like my singleness, and he came along, and I'm like, okay, we talked about being friends first. We were like, hey, we're gonna stick with this thing of being friends first, because if we become friends, then we can work on the relationship. And so that's what we do now. We just say, hey, that's my friend, that's my buddy, that's my pal, and it doesn't, like you said, it don't take a lot of money. It's the physical touch. I can be stressed out, he can just hug me or just let me lay on his shoulder. I'm good. I don't have to have anything else, nothing but that reassurance that I got you.
Let me tell you something that Fuller and I did on Friday night when we were talking about sitting out on the patio. It was so fun. And we really hadn't done this. So Family Feud, by the way, is probably one of the best opportunities for families just to laugh and call out answers and look at each other and talk and stuff. So one of the questions was name a state that starts with the N. Okay. So then me and Fuller answered the questions. But then after they left, after the show was over with, I said, Fuller, you know what? Let's name all 52. Is how many states are there? So anyway, what? Right. Exactly. So we started naming all the states. We tried to name all the states in the U.S. and we got stuck. I think we only could name like 13. I was like, hey, were you like 20? 13. Right. So I was like, hey, wait a minute. What's the other state that's up there on the side?
Where she putting up like I see all the calculators.
It was so funny, you guys. I was like, and so we say stuff like, now how many states are there? Now what's that state over there? What's down there? I'm telling you, it took us at least 30 minutes to try to name all of these things. But it was so fun because it kept us laughing at each other. Like, are you serious? We are missing some states right here in the center.
She would name the cities. I ain't no state.
And then we're repeating the states. And so, but it was fun. It was a great way just to take the edge off of the everyday stuff, watching the TV, because we weren't watching TV by that time. We were talking to each other. Right. But it's so much to talk about.
It provoked us to talk about something else.
Something else than the normal, I almost said other political stuff. And so, but anyway. So you guys.
And yesterday was another thing. It was a romantic. Darlene wanted me to drive downtown.
Oh yeah.
And see. So the Cosmos, they've changed. I don't know where you've been down by downtown by CNN, the State Farm Arena, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Man, it's totally different down there. New hotel down, and just a whole lot. And we just stayed down there last year because we stayed all night and went to a game. We celebrated something, and man, it's so different, man. So we got to go down there. We said we're gonna check in the hotel and stay the weekend soon. One of the games. So we just gonna go down like on a Friday and come back Monday or something like that.
But we just did a drive. It was on Sunday. You know, Fuller got his nap in.
So much to see.
I got my nap in, and then we decided, you know what? It's 5 o'clock. The sun is going down. Let's get out of the house. We're not going out to eat. We're not going anywhere. We're not spending any money. We didn't say all of that. We just said, let's just go drive and see. And we just drove down there and drove on back.
Yeah.
But it was a good way to get away from the normal watching TV.
Absolutely.
All of that. So as a couple, so close us out, you guys. Tell us something that you know, if you had an opportunity to share anything with the audience today that you would want to share, what would that be? Maybe you forgot something the other day and you said, man, I should have talked about that. What would it be, just from your experience of being married for so long?
Okay. For me, I guess is marriage is something you have to work at, and you have to be open to your spouse's suggestions. And most of the time we come together, we always say that if we don't both agree with something, we're not going to do it. So I would just say it to anybody that's striving to have a better marriage is you got to keep your peace, and you got to make sure that you are a team, and that you cannot be separated regardless of who it is. You still have to be your wife or your husband's keeper.
Right.
So we always try to outserve each other. I think Bishop said that we try to do what's best for each other, and always that person know, I'm in it for the long haul. We came to turn around now.
Right.
And so we just the main thing I can say is just be friends and be honest, and I think you'll be okay, and have some support, some good support system. I think you'll be okay.
For better or for worse.
Right, right.
For richer, for poor, all of that.
All of that, yeah.
Yeah, and I would definitely say keep those people out of your ear that's always struggling in their relationship. We talk about single people, but there are some single people that have given good advice and wisdom, but it's some married people, they like drama, they stay with drama, and they like it like that. And so you have to choose to distance yourself and get with people that are mature, that's going where you're going. Anytime the less exposure you have with each other, I think it's not good in an area. But I think when you go and just spend time with each other, just like you guys said, just to ride off, just our conversation is no social media, no nothing. This is just us laughing at each other and laughing at the people around us. That's the best time, and I think it keeps our love genuine, it keeps it true, and it keeps it honest.
And keep laughter in your relationship.
Yes.
Yeah. Even now, I don't do it for everybody, but she know I'll be Mr. Otis on Martin. I'll be somebody in living color. Always and dance. Because I don't have any rhythm like that, but when I dance, she think that's the funniest thing in the world.
I think it's funny when I watch Fuller too, Melissa. I think it's pretty funny.
I'm just silly behind closed doors, and I just keep her laughing, because that's what we did in the beginning. We didn't have any money, so I would do my own comedy.
Right.
Joyce Collier Martin says, listen to my bishop and first lady. I read it just like she said it too.
Happy anniversary, Miss Joyce. Yeah, we married them 15 years ago. Years. Yeah, I think it was 15.
And I saw Veronica on there, and I saw Pastor Stephanie on there. Bo Gilbert.
A few people probably from B Gilbert as well. Oh, look at that.
I would say too, don't take everything personal.
Yes.
Everything is not an attack, because at the end of the day, you all I got. She's all I got. And one thing Rodney said, and I remember this, Rodney Gilbert, y'all remember Rodney? He said, bitch, when I got married, I burned all my bridges. So ain't got nothing to go back to. Ain't got nothing to cross back over to. And if you can't speak to your spouse with grace, it might be something pressing that you really want to talk about, and you're upset. If you can't say it in grace, don't say it at all.
Right.
Because sometimes timing is a big thing. Timing, and if you can't say it with grace, I refuse to let Austin, Paige, Mom hear me out of character. I ain't getting out of character. I always want them to respect me as the man of the house, the priest of the house, and I want her to respect me as the priest and the man of this house as a husband. And Matt and Chico both, neither one of them can say they ever heard me raise my voice at my wife or fuss at her or cuss. I don't do that.
No, sir.
I just say, I need some time. Give me a moment. Or I just ride off in the car and come back where I can say it in grace. Because if you can't say it in grace, I'm not going to hurt the one that got my best interest in mind.
That's good.
Ooh, I love that.
I always say a crazy man hurts the person that has his heart.
Right.
You got to make sure she good.
Right.
Because she has your heart. And so that's one thing that I'm big on, making sure she's good before I'm good, because she holds my heart, and she can make it good or she can make it hellish. So
yeah, especially got an axe in her hand.
Look,
she cut it in two.
Oh my God.
Joyce said it's been 13 years, by the way.
Okay, 13 years. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
That means a lot to be able to make it year after year. Yeah. And so congratulations to you guys for your 39 years. And we know we're going to see 40, 50, 60 more years out of you guys. And so we're happy that they came and joined us. Wasn't it good? Good conversation.
And look, and we're going to be celebrating 5 soon.
I think we celebrate at the same time.
We got the same anniversary date, remember?
That's right.
That happened.
Look, daddy's girl.
That's right.
That is so awesome. Well, thank you both for joining us and spending time. It's been really good. And we learned a lot.
Just to see you guys as married children. Y'all was young. Yeah. To see y'all, and see you mature and grow and keep growing, and that out of all the obstacles that you face, job wise, other people in your business, all the things that people not being a pastor and not treating you right, not doing the right thing, and you still love them and you still love one another. They didn't do anything but drive you closer. And that's the good part about it. I'm telling anybody, stick it out. I mean, it's got to be a fool for somebody to love them and keep showing them love, and they keep acting crazy. So like Melissa said, I just love the hell out of it, so that's what we got to do a lot of times. We got to love the hell out of people.
Yes.
And, I'm so proud of you guys. I want you to know that I'm proud to call y'all my children, and I just love y'all so much, so dearly.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys.
We are honored to be the fruit of your labor.
Yes.
We are the fruit of your labor. So thank you for being the best man in our lives to push this thing to a whole nother level.
All right. Imagine, I was thinking while you were saying it, Melissa, where would you be without the example?
Right. Yeah. And I always say, can't nobody take credit for what I've done, but Bishop Fuller. If it wasn't for him, that would not be me. I use him to change my life. I really used him to change my life. I was on a downward spiral, no direction, just out there in the streets, in the hood, and God knew what I needed, and he sent the person that I would listen to and respect. Thank you so much. Know us without you.
Know us without, man, that's a title right there. Know us without you.
Yes.
So, well, thank you both for joining yet again on Godfidence, and thank you. Maybe we need to start our music up so we can dance it out.
Oh, they got
Listen,
they got tears in my eyes, so it's hard to
yeah. And so, look, you guys, next week on Godfidence, you never know what we're gonna talk about, but it may be the topic on you. Know you without us. Is that what it? Know me without you.
Know us without you.
Yeah.
Know us without you.
Thank
Here
you,
we go.
Sheila family.
Thank you guys for having us again.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Stay on now. It's time for you to do your own dance.
Oh,
Don't be trying to
Lord,
steal
yeah.
ours.
We got to dance.
You gotta dance. Now kiss, here we go. Thank you guys. See y'all next week. Live on
All right, love you.
Godfidence.